Disagreements are part of every relationship. And it is a normal thing because each and every individual has a mind of themselves. They think. And as an individual, your thought and how you perceive things is definitely different from the person next to you. And so even in a marital relationship, disagreements are normal. However, how these disagreements are handled is going to speak a lot about what is going to happen next. Will there be greater intimacy from there because it has been amicably resolved and there has been an understanding? Or will there be more tension which will make it lead to an argument and even more conflict? Whenever you sense disagreement, you should be able to take note of how the disagreement is progressing. Is it going to lead to an argument? And these are ways you can avoid argument or resolve argument when you sense it coming into your relationship. The first thing to know is that for there to be a resolve in the issue, one person must assume the role of a peace seeker or a peacemaker. There is no pride to this. This is your home you want to win. This is your marriage you are winning. And it is a greater win than winning a battle. So I always tell couples, don't seek to win the fight and lose the marriage. Win your spouse and you will win your marriage. So there is no point in saying, no, I cannot apologize or I cannot do what he or she wants me to do, and you want to be stern. No, this is someone you love. This is someone you are willing to build a life with. This is someone you married. You must be able to fight so that your marriage is stable, your marriage is whole, and your marriage is peaceful. So yes, you must assume the peacemaker role. And here are 3 things you can do to ensure peace in your home or in your marriage when you sense arguments or conflicts rising. Number 1, take a break from it. So when the heat is on and, exchange of words probably are coming and emotions are rising, that is not a good time to try to make your point, because already your heart is not into the discussion to listen, to understand. It is in emotion to defend yourself. And usually in that time, anything that is being said to defend, not to understand the other person. So take a break from it. Take a break. You could take a walk, go sporting. You could just leave the environment. If it is your room, you could just leave, go into the sitting room and just take a break, from that tense environment. It's going to help you a great deal. Secondly, you must analyze what exactly is the issue. Usually, the first person who brings up a complaint or something they are not happy about is usually trying to state something. However, arguments arise not because of what the person was trying to bring up, but because of how the reactions to it came about. So couples argue, and then they argue about why they are arguing. And in analyzing what is the issue, you must consider your partner. Why is he or she angry? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Why am I hurt? Why am I angry? Why am I feeling not respected? You must analyze from a more rational perspective why those emotions are the way they are. And then, of course, you have to calm down. And thirdly, you have to go back to the partner to have a more meaningful and loving conversation on what was sprouting the argument. This time, you're going in with a resolve to make peace. So here is how it goes. You don't go in to attack the other person. Of course, the other person was already in a very negative emotion or highly emotional state. So you are going in with a resolve for peace. So first start with taking responsibility. Take responsibility for what you did or what your wrongs were. Acknowledge it and apologize, and of course be sincere about it. When your partner senses your sincerity in your apology and senses that you understand their point of view or the fact that you validate their feelings, sometimes you may not agree with what they said or what they did, but you acknowledge or you validate their feelings in that, okay, yes, they were angry, and so you apologize for making them angry, but not necessarily the act that was done, because you're coming to that part. Of course, by the time they sense that you validate their feelings and you are genuine about your apology, they're going to react positively to what equally is your own concern or your own point of view about the argument. And so there is more likely going to be peace. So this is what I want you to take from this video. Know that it takes two to argue, but it takes one to bring peace. So go in for peace. Be the peacemaker. Take a break from it, analyze the situation, and come back with a resolve to make peace. Acknowledge or take responsibility for your actions and give room for the other person to equally see their wrongs, apologize, and let there be peace in your home. Thank you.